This ball hawking 3-point shot hunter is the best point guard build on NBA 2K26. You guys see the gameplay. We're playing against Comp, man. Shout out CHEESEAHOLIC. All right, shout out my boy KJ. We pulled up on Cheese and this vet one in the park with a random. All right, we have a random center, and this video is proof, y'all. Trust me, you do not want to miss this build. Watch this full video, y'all. It's absolutely insane. But the first thing, the verse of the video in Ephesians chapter 2, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast, y'all. It's by God's grace and through faith in Jesus Christ, y'all. When you believe in Jesus Christ, you believe he is who he says he is. He did what he said he did on the cross, y'all. When you believe Jesus Christ, God gives you grace freely. It's nothing that you can earn, y'all. It's from God. Be sure to follow God, man, because I see a lot of people think that it's about how good of a person you are, or all the stuff that you do, or how good you play on 2K, y'all. None of that stuff matters, man. It's a free gift from God, you guys. But back to the gameplay off the rip. Like I said, this build is insane. Pay attention to how I guard ball. All right, this is CHEESEAHOLIC. Shout out Cheese, really cool guy. Shout out his YouTube channel, y'all. No shade or anything. It's all love towards him, man. Shout out him. But you guys see I'm guarding the ball on this build. This is why this is the best point guard build in the game. The 6'4", most optimized height in the game. And this is maybe my like 7th or 8th point guard build, man. I've made so much builds, y'all. And when I tell you this 6'4", it's something special about it. Okay, it's something special about this 6'4" because it does everything. It's all around. There's a lot of guards that can come out here and they can shoot, and they can still fade a little bit, and they can dunk. A lot of guards can do that, all right? A lot of guards can come out here and they can shoot threes and peak like that in the park, you guys. But how many guards can lock down, play defense, can guard ball, can do everything? This build gets 90s plus stats in every single category. Finishing, shooting, playmaking, physicals, y'all, everything. So when I tell y'all this build is all around, man, trust me, it's all around. But look at this gameplay, man. It's a tied game, 8-8. I believe they were on like a streak or something, y'all. I could be wrong. This was, like I said, me and KJ first game on. We just hopped on with the random trying to get these daily challenges done, man. But I love this build, and I've made it into my Jerry West face scan, Mr. Clutch, Mr. Outside, the logo, whatever you want to call him. One of my personal favorite players, because he was a all-around guard in real life, y'all. Jerry West was 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan. So just imagine an all-around guard, could shoot, could pass, could dribble, could finish, and could play defense. That's what I love about this build, the defensive ability. Now that right there, he definitely got me, all right? That was a bad shot. I probably should have faded that, you know, like it was pre-patched, but it is what it is, man. We're still up 1 point. We're fighting to get a stop, man. You guys see the defense on this build. Even though it may technically pop up and say open, you guys, trust me, even if the game says open, just being able to get a visual contest sometimes, being able just to rush another player sometimes, it makes a big difference. But this build, it does have high defense as well to get contests, and you guys are going to see that in this gameplay. I do guard ball with this build in the rec, not really in pro-am, just because we have a lockdown on the team. But if you really wanted to, I mean, you definitely could, you know, in two-way. But this build, I love it so much, man. I just have so much fun. And this random, he was actually doing his thing. I was kind of concerned when I saw that the center on our team, the random, he didn't really have any rebound. And I'm pretty sure the center that we're going against, I want to say he had like 99. But look at that defense. I'm playing the pass back perfectly. I tip it back to the random. He hits my boy KJ. He passes it up ahead. Just like that, y'all. It's 18-12. That was really the dagger, man. In threes and in park, it's all about getting threes up. He got me with the screen right there. But you guys see, I'm in takeover. You guys know what time it is when I'm in takeover, man. Just hide behind the screen a little bit. Bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the little 3-ball for the game. Overall, insane game, y'all. I was very, very happy I was recording this because it was the perfect gameplay to show this build. We're going to get into the builder screen and the cap breaker screen and all my animations here in a second, you guys. But there's a lot of people that just skip through the video and, you know, they just skip to the end and just screenshot the build and stuff. But I wanted to show you guys proof, man. There's full gameplay against Comp. Like I said, shout out Cheese. Shout out all the people he's running with, man. They're good players, man. That's Comp right there. I've been playing with this build in Pro-Am, in Rec, y'all. This build is insane. I got to show y'all the gameplay proof before I just get into the builder. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the builder, man, because this might be the best point guard build on NBA 2K26. This is the ball hawking 3-point shot hunter, the best 6'4" point guard build on the game. My Jerry West build, y'all. I've been loving this build. Absolutely insane. Dare I say, my favorite guard build yet. All right, I love my 5'9". I love my day one build. I love my other 6'4" too, y'all, but this 6'4" Jerry West build is so much fun. You guys see the screen with the cap breakers, man. This is a cap breaker build. All right, if you don't have cap breakers, I wouldn't recommend this build off the rip. You could still do good with it, don't get me wrong, but it's really designed for cap breakers. You guys see we go from 75 all the way up to a 93 drive and dunk. Eventually we're gonna have a 98 3 ball, so contact dunks with the high 3 ball. Eventually we're gonna have that 96 ball handle, Hall of Fame unpluckable, so you can't rip me. On top of this, y'all, the high steal. We're gonna have a 95 steal on this build. Who knows what I'll do with the rest of my cap breakers? Maybe I'll go plus perimeter. Maybe I'll go high speed, agility. Who knows, y'all? This build is insane. It's perfectly optimized, and we're gonna get into the builder here shortly. I had to show y'all the proof. I had to show you guys gameplay in the screen with the cap breakers because there's a lot of people who just skip through, you know. But for the people that really watch my videos, man, the real OG, like the real people in my community, man, I appreciate y'all. And I know you guys care about stuff like this, man. I'm showing you guys my animations because a lot of people have been asking me, oh, Waff, how is this build doing after the patch? Is there a new patch build or blah, blah, blah? Trust me, y'all, for all of my builds, I make sure they are certified, they are optimized, they are unpatchable. Trust me, you guys, all of my builds are amazing. I take my time and my diligence with my builds, man. You don't ever have to worry about, is my build going to get patched or none of that, you guys. Here's all the animations. I've been using this Zach LaVine dribble style, all right? A lot of small guards like Ja Morant. I like Ja Morant as well. I was using it all year. But there's just this one, like the cross launch Ja Morant. It gets ripped so much. I switched to Zach LaVine dribble style, even on my small guards, and I've been enjoying it so far. You guys see the clips, how I'm able to play with pace. I really, really like Zach LaVine dribble style. Apparently, there was a new dribble style for small guards, too, I think, that just got added into the new season. I don't know if it's that good, though, so we'll have to see. But for right now, I'm rocking Zach LaVine. Steph Curry size up, D-Book breakdown, Kimba, you know, Ja combo moves is good. You can quick stop with it, but for me personally, I prefer De'Aaron Fox combo moves, y'all. Something very, very slept on. De'Aaron Fox combo moves, in my personal opinion, combined with the D-Fox crossover, is elite for the animations. Behind the back, Steph Curry, spin Trae Young, Hezzy, Chris Paul. A lot of this stuff, it's a mix of like meta moves and my own personal preference, you guys. For these moves, you know, I got motion style Donovan Mitchell. That's really good if you don't get Caruso. But the rest of this stuff, it really doesn't matter too much. Spin jumper Kyrie, hop jumper James Harden. I will show you guys my jump shot as well. The best Patty Mills jumper. I promise you, Jerry West upper is so smooth with rhythm shots, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's very, very good. You get A+ in all three categories, y'all. Trust me, very, very elite jump shot. Patty Mills is insane. Overall, this build is insane. I have so much fun on this build, and this is what I imagine Jerry West will play like today. Comment down below, how do you guys think the logo would do if he played today? Man, I'm telling y'all, one of my favorite players. A lot of people, they don't know all about him, man, what type of bag he had, but I'm telling y'all, if the logo played today, man, he might still be the logo, y'all. That's how tough he is. But here's my badge loadout for all of y'all that care about this. All you see is red. You feel me? All these badges is red out. We're still gonna get one more shooting badge, like I said, because we're almost there for my shooting specialization. So as soon as I get this extra cap breaker and this extra +2 perk, this build is gonna be even crazier, y'all. But like this video, man, subscribe. I'm gonna get into the builder screen to really break it down in depth with y'all as well. So this right here is how to make the ball hawking 3-point shot hunter, the Jerry West build. We're gonna go point guard, 6'4" height, 194 weight, and 6'5" wingspan. Trust me, you guys, it's very, very important to go 194 weight and 6'5" wingspan. A lot of people, they've been asking me about my builds, man. Trust me, I take the time on every single one of my builds to perfectly optimize every single stat, every single attribute, even down to the height, weight, wingspan, y'all. So trust me, if you guys want to make it the way that I made it, trust me, you guys are not going to regret it. You guys see the 6'4" Jerry West build. We're starting out with the finishing. It doesn't look too crazy. All right, 75 drive and dunk, 76 drive and layup. It doesn't look crazy, y'all, but trust me, this build is a cap breaker build. When you throw cap breakers on this build, it goes from a 75 all the way to a 93. So I know it's a Jerry West build, but a lot of people didn't know that Jerry West, he could dunk. So in my opinion, this is what Jerry West would play like if he played today, because he was like an all-around guard. In real life, he was 6'4" with like a 7-foot wingspan. So we can't really recreate that in 2K, but this build, it is an elite finisher. All right, the only downside about being 6'4", you do not get any standing dunk. So I do feel that on my 6'4s, my PG and my 6'4 lockdown, on all three of my 6'4 builds, you definitely feel having no standing dunk. But that's why you want to have as high of a driving dunk as possible. So to be 6'4" with high vertical and a 93 driving dunk, we get a whole bunch of contact dunks. So this build finishes really, really elite. Now, the secret thing about this build, we're going to be going shooting specialization, y'all, and we're going to end up with a 98 3-ball with cap breakers. I'm on like my last goal for the shooting specialization to get my last cap breaker. So right now I only have a 97 3-ball on my build, but the whole plan for this build is to have a 98 3-ball. And I will be honest with you guys, as somebody, I have multiple builds with 99 3. I have multiple builds with 90s range 3, all right, and I love to shoot the basketball. There definitely is a difference between 99 3 and 98 3. You can definitely feel the difference, but it's not crazy. It's nothing like game breaking, all right. And with the shooting specialization, we're still gonna have a 98 3 with every single badge legend. We naturally get set shot on legend with a 98 3-ball, and then we can use our +2s to get shifty, limitless range, deadeye, everything legend. So you have a 98 3-ball with all red shooting badges combined with a 93 driving dunk for contact dunks. It's honestly crazy. I loved my original 6'4" with that 96 driving dunk, but that one only has a 92 3, so you can definitely feel the difference, all right? Having a 98 3-ball with the contacts, it's a lot of fun. It fits my play style, and it makes it just really unguardable because they have to guard your shooting, and if they don't guard your shot, you take it to the paint. Onto the playmaking, we're starting with a 91 speed with ball. A lot of people, they would only go 90. You guys, trust me, this is what I mean. Every single stat on my builds matter because I made this build before the patch, all right? I've had this build for a while. I made this build before season 2, but I'm just now getting this video and this build out to you guys, man. But you want a 91 ball handle so that eventually you can get a 96 for Hall of Fame unpluckable. After they patch steals back into the game, y'all, you're getting a lot more pluck steals. You're seeing a lot more rip steals. And so as a point guard, as a ball handler, you want to have unpluckable as high as possible. So we're starting out with a 91. I put one cap breaker off the rip to go 92 ball handle to unlock all the moves that you need. All right, but eventually this build is going to have a 96. You could rock with Steve Francis or whatever crazy animation they decide to add on later down the line. All right, and here's another thing. You guys see speed with ball 86. Here is one thing I'll say that I'm not going to say I kind of made a mistake on the build, but I don't notice it as much as I maybe thought I would. And that is the 194. A lot of y'all were thinking, why'd you go 194? Well, it was because I wanted to try 73 strength gold strong handle. And in my opinion, it doesn't really pop up a crazy amount. Like, I see it sometimes, but it's nothing crazy. If hypothetically you wanted to go minimum weight, so you could unlock 91 speed with ball eventually with cat breakers, that might be a good option. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, if you guys could lower the weight, that might be one thing you want to do, is figure out a way to finagle a 91 speed with ball eventually. But if you have an 86 and you use your +2 on legend lightning launch, that's what I do. You're able to move just fine. And the thing about this build that I love, and it fits my playstyle, the reason that I really made it a Jerry West, besides the fact that it's just all around, because the defense on this build is insane, which we're going to get to. But when you can shoot and dunk and dribble and just do everything, it unlocks your game in a way where, for me and my playstyle, you don't always have to rush, you don't always have to play the most meta way, but you can play with pace, you can play the right way. 85 pass is enough to dot your teammates. All right, you do have bailout. Bronze bailout is nothing crazy, all right, but you are able to pass the ball at a very, very good rate. You're able to be a good ball handler, a good playmaker. But the kicker and the best part of this build is the defense. 74 perimeter, it doesn't seem crazy, y'all. 85 steal, it doesn't seem crazy, you guys. But trust me, with cat breakers, this steal goes all the way up to a 95 steal. Now, I wish there was a way to get 98-3 and like 99 steal, nothing crazy, but 95 steal is what you get with cat breakers, okay? And trust me, I'm at a 91 steal on this build right now. With 95, it's going to be even more insane, because you're going to get that Hall of Fame interceptor. You still only get gold glove, but you're able to use a +2 if you wanted to on that legend glove if you wanted to. But Hall of Fame interceptor, you could go legend interceptor with a +1. You get crazy lanes on this build, and I've been guarding ball on this build. You guys saw in the gameplay against Cheese, I'm guarding these point guards in the park, in stage, in pro-am, all right? I'm guarding the ball, not all the time. I mean, like in pro-am, you know, if we have a lockdown, I'll let the lock guard ball, but this build is capable of guarding ball. 74 perimeter defense. If you know what you're doing, if you have stick skill and IQ, you can compete. You can get jump contests. All right, 48 block, 45 perimeter. It's nothing crazy. All right, but you are able to play defense on this build. And Jerry West was a all-around guard. He could lock up the best player, still run the offense, still shoot from half court, and he could finish and dunk on you, okay? So the physicals, 86 speed, 81 agility, nothing crazy. As a point guard, in my opinion, you don't necessarily need the craziest physicals, because for the most part, you're guarding corner. You're not really guarding crazy on ball. Like I said, this build, it can guard ball. I do that as well, but you don't need anything crazy physically. Would it be nice to have like a 90 speed, 90 agility? Yeah, but you couldn't really afford it with everything that this build has to offer. 73 strength, like I mentioned earlier, it's decent. I don't necessarily like notice it or use it that much. I personally, especially after making this is my one point guard build with strength, all of my other point guard builds have no strength. I still firmly believe no strength is the wave. No strength is better. So maybe they'll patch strong handle in and they'll make strength matter more. Maybe they won't, but strong handle doesn't really feel that effective for me and my play style. I definitely like having that minimum weight, but with this build, you're not going to get any high physicals anyway. So 80 vertical just to get all the animations, and you guys see it comes out with shades of Hersey Hawkins, Kirk Heinrich, and Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry and Kirk Heinrich I've heard of, but Hersey Hawkins, I don't know. You guys see no big weaknesses to report. That's the thing that I love about this build. It does everything. There's no weakness to report. It plays defense, it play makes, it dribbles, it shoots from three, it shoots from midi, it dunks, it finishes, it does everything. All right, so like this video, y'all. Subscribe, man. Comment down below what video you guys want to see next, what builds you guys want to see next, what content and questions you guys want to see next, man. I've seen a lot of people, they've been asking me more on my 5'9", more on my 6'4" lock. All right, comment below what do you guys want to see more. Make sure to turn on post notifications, because you do not want to miss the next time I go live. All right, I'll be live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. Y'all follow on all platforms, and make sure to follow Jesus Christ, man. He is the truth, the way, and the life, the only way, the only truth, man. Without Jesus Christ, there's nothing, y'all. So follow him. Have a blessed rest of your day, and peace.